took a phone. There was a bit where I'd always go to like what people wrote during lockdown, because normally it was just unhinged. And I found this note from a woman that she'd written on like the 29th of March 2020 that just said, "My first brilliant thing." So I've actually brought it with me.
Oh, great.
My first brilliant thing is this badge. Now this badge,
335.
335. That was my badge number when I competed at the Mr. Universe Bodybuilding Championships in 2023.
Yeah.
Now, this was part of a YouTube video that I made, and it kind of encapsulates everything that I do on the internet, because it was just the height of silliness, and it was a loophole that I kind of discovered when I was kind of Googling one day, which was that the Mr. Universe don't actually check how muscly you are, rather they just check your height and weight.
Right.
So I thought, hold on, if I pay the registration, I put in my details, I surely will be accepted into the Mr. Universe. And that's exactly what happened. I competed at the Mr. Universe bodybuilding competition in Coventry, the Rico Arena.
It's in Cov, wow.
Yeah, they had the entire universe to choose from. They went for the Rico Arena in Coventry.
Yeah, that's an interesting, so presumably there's people coming from all around the world.
Yeah. I turned up and I said, I'm here to compete. They said, "Are you sure?" I said, "I've got the registration right here."
Yeah.
They gave me this badge, and I thought the tan was like part of the extras, right? Extracurriculars when you're a bodybuilder, but actually no, it's kind of a necessary requirement. The tan. So they then have booths of fake tanners with the fake tan guns, and you don't really get a choice at the shade. It's just the darkest shade that they've got.
Yeah.
And
So it's not like John Lewis. You don't get like
you don't get the color chart. Would you like smoky sunset?
Yeah.
It's just one and done. And they kind of gave me a little sock where they said, "Pop this on, not on your feet," and I just felt far too self-conscious for that. So I said, no, I'll wear my pants. My boxers just like rode up, which obviously then caused the world's most fantastic tan line when I got into my little posing trunks.
Yeah.
So I compete, and like 50% of the bodybuilders who were there found it really funny.
Yeah.
And the other 50% were livid.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Absolutely livid.
Because you're at the deep end of those kind of gym rats.
Yeah.
Of kind of where it's everything to them.
Oh, they haven't had a carb for 16 years, that kind of thing.
And if you rock up and go, "This is all a bit silly, isn't it?" It's kind of, my life's silly. You're arguing with pit bulls on Red Bull.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
They didn't love the japes. That it was kind of overarching feeling of japes. And so I competed, and actually
How long is the competition?
So there are like about 35 different categories.
Right.
Of kind of, and I didn't realize there are only 2 categories for natural athletes. So everybody was steroided up to the gunnels.
Yeah.
It was kind of a very open thing that everyone chatted about, was kind of like which they were using. So I was entered into the natural category, of course. And I got on stage, and they have a whole routine. It's about 2 minutes when the judges call out different poses. So a large part of bodybuilding as well is the like how good you are at the poses.
Right.
And I wasn't very good, as you can imagine. I didn't do much practice, but the organisers really kind of took it in good humour, because I was then awarded the most unique physique award. So
you won.
I won.
That's so cool.
I'm a Mr. Universe award winner, and I will take that to my grave. And so the badge was just something that I was able to keep from the competition.
How many people were watching?
Probably about 1,000. Wow. But it was a little bit like everybody brought 5 family members.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like you can't get a ticket for love nor money to Mr. Universe.
Did you go on your own?
I was filming it for a video, so I went with my cameraman and my producer, and
you guys.
It was just us.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I came away with friends or just mere acquaintances. I haven't gone for any coffees with any of the bodybuilding chaps subsequently, but I went by myself, and it was quite clear what I was there to do from the moment I arrived. And so there was a lot of smiles and nods, but also a lot of, what the hell are you doing here? This is outrageous.
What I find interesting about you, that I almost think, I hate doing this, but it feels like you're like a young Dave Gorman.
I mean, he's one of the comedy heroes.
Yeah, but it's really for anyone who doesn't know. Obviously, there's millions of people that know who you are. What are the other? Give me 5 if you can of these kind of like stunts.
Yeah. I technically became the richest man in the world, officially via HMRC, because I set up a company called Unlimited Money Limited, and I generated the most amount of shares you can on Companies House, which is 10 billion. I sold one of those shares on the street for £50, therefore making the rest of the shares technically worth 500 billion. I sent this into a valuations advisor, and he said, yes, technically you could argue you're worth 500 billion, but also this is literally fraud. So could you please collapse Unlimited Money Limited? So yeah, I was technically the richest man in the world. I hired a private investigator to follow me for 30 days because I wanted to see what he would find out. I cooked the world's hottest curry by cooking a korma in a volcano in Iceland. I legally became my parents' favourite child by tricking them into signing a contract that said I was their favourite child. So it's lots of that kind of stuff. One of my favourite was breaking into the International Security Convention as a man called Rob Banks. That was fun. I do like comedy shows as well about the YouTube stuff. And
how do you narrow that down?
So it's essentially lots of extra stories that have happened.
Gotcha. Yeah.
As a result of, often get asked, do I get into any trouble for doing what I do?
Right.
And so there was a time when I very nearly got into a lot of trouble with the London Aquarium because I broke in dressed as a baby, because they have a policy where the age of people under 3 go free, children under 3 go free. So I had a buggy modified that I could get into, stuck a dummy in my mouth and just walk straight through. The London Aquarium didn't like that. So the shows are lots about like loopholes that I found, etc., etc. But I did a bit where I would go through people's notes live on stage.
Nice.
And there was one woman I remember I took a phone and I was scrolling, and I always liked to go. There was a bit where I'd always go to like what people wrote during lockdown, because normally it was just unhinged. And I found this note from a woman that she'd written on like the 29th of March 2020 at like 1:52 a.m. that just said, "Is cum vegan?" And that was was it. Yeah. And it really gave me an idea as to how that lockdown went for her. Just kind of like just pondering life's big questions.
Let's hope she wasn't locked down with her family.